Hello, third graders. Mrs. Fernandi here. Are you ready for your spelling test? I hope that you remembered to write the numbers of your test down the left side of your page. If you forgot to do that, why don't you pause the video now and write numbers 1 through 20 right down the left margin of your page. That way it'll be easier for you to keep track as I read the words. Remember that you can always pause the video if I'm going too fast for you. I'm going to read the word. I'll read the word in a sentence, and then I'll read the word one more time. I'll pause for a couple of seconds and then I'll move on to the next word. Always hit the space bar and just pause me if you need a little bit more time to get the word written down. I want you to do your best. Are you ready? Okay, number 1 is drums. All of us played the drums. Drums. Think about your base word and think about the ending that you're going to add to it. Number 2, the word is splits. He splits his sandwich in half and shares it with me. Splits. Now remember, words number 1 and 2 are called application words. That means that they were not on your spelling test, on your spelling list, I mean, but they are words that show that you've been understanding the rules that we've been talking about. So number 1 was drums, number 2 was splits, and they were not on the list for this week, but they are important that you try to spell them your best. Number 3, also. They read the book and also saw the movie. I hope you remember what we talked about with also. It's one word. Number 4, oh wait, I'll give that another second. Passes. He passes by at 11 o'clock each day. Passes. So I'm going to ask you again, think of your base word pass and then the ending that you're going to add on. Am I going to add on S or an ES? Number 5 is mind. Use your mind to solve the puzzle. Mind. I think I had a couple of different things that I thought people might get confused with that word. I don't know which one you thought was confusing about it, but do your best. Mind. It rhymes with kind. Number 6 is hands. Some children love to put their hands in dirt. Hands. Think of the base word before the ending comes. Hand, hands. What word that you know how to spell is in the middle of that? Number 7 is a tough one. The word is bought. So hopefully you started really visualizing this word and thinking about the spelling pattern. She bought all the supplies at one store. Bought. Number 8 is glasses. I lost my glasses again. Glasses. Think about your base word, glass. Think about whether you're going to add an S or an ES to the end. Number 9 is stands. She stands ready to catch the ball. Stands. That has a familiar word in the middle too. Stand, stands. Number 10, the word is facts. They learned many facts about wheels and gears. Facts. Remember to pause the video if I'm going too fast. Facts. It's a fact that you should pause the video when you need to. Number 11 is eggs. Hummingbird eggs are very tiny. Eggs. Number 12, length. They measured the length of the board. Length. That was another one that we really had to hear all those little pieces at the end there. Number 13 is wind. The leaves were blowing in the wind. Wind. Number 14 is spent. He spent almost all his money at the fair. Spent. Number 15, toward. His dog came running toward us. Toward. Number 16 is send. I will send you a message. Send. That's an easy one, isn't it? Number 17 is father. She showed her report card to her father. Father. Number 18, kept. It kept raining all day. Kept. Number 19, the word is, these are the two challenge words, right? Okay, so number 19, the word is bottom. The pebble sank to the bottom. Bottom. We say bottom, but we spell it bottom. That's a little tip. Number 20 is really tough. The word is ocean. There are many fish in the ocean. Ocean has a very specific spelling. See if you can do it. Okay, so pause the video now if you need to go back and check over your words, or you just want to go back and look and see if you might have made a mistake or left something out. I am now going to show you the answer key. So I'm going to share my screen and show you the answer key. We'll go over it together. All right, so the first word was drums. We just added an S at the end there, short U sound here. Splits, I hope you got all three of those consonants at the beginning and the S sound at the end, the S letter at the end. Also, did you get this right? This is the first syllable all. We dropped one of the L's and added the word so. Passes, here's our base word. It already has two S's, so we really had to add another E, an ES at the end. Mind, some people think the long I is difficult. I kind of think the ND is a little more difficult. Mind. Hands, here's the word and in the middle. Hopefully you remember that. And then we just put an S at the end. Bought, this is a tough one. O-U-G-H is in the middle of the word bought. The B at the beginning and a T at the end. Glasses, another time when we have a double S at the end, we just have to add another E and the S for an ending. Stands, again, I see the and in the middle there. I hear both the st, the S and the T there, and add an S at the end. Facts. This part is, I think that C might be the hardest part about this because facts, you can almost skip over that, but you can hear it if you listen carefully, the K sound, add an S at the end. Eggs, here's our base word egg, and then we add an S on at the end. Length, here's the eng, E-N-G, I think that's the hard part with this one. And then the TH, which is the two consonants making one sound at the end. Wind is, it's the same spelling for wind, W-I-N-D. The next word is spent. I spent too much money on that cake. Spent. Toward. Toward. Sometimes we can just put a little dot between to remind ourselves toward. We have one vowel in the first syllable and one vowel in the second syllable. Send, there's the word end again. And father, father, there's the ending. We'll talk more about that later. And then kept with a K, a K at the beginning to make the K sound, pt at the end there. Bottom, this is a tough one. We have the first syllable ba'a, that's like the cat is on the chair, bottom. This is more of a sound at the end, so it's a tricky word. And ocean, can you believe, I wish I could see how many of you got that right, because ocean is a tough one to spell. All right, if you would like to pause the video right now, so you can, oops, let me move it up a little bit more, whoopsies. So you can see all the words at one time. If you need to go through, remember to cross out a word that you didn't spell correctly and spell it correctly next to that word, and then take a picture of it and turn it in and seesaw it to your teacher. I will see you next week for week 5.